live weekly webinar. My name is Vanessa Simpkins, and welcome. You're in the right place. We talk about money, we talk about marketing, we talk about manifesting and mindset here to help you get your game on to reach 10K in your business in the next 30 days. And I'm so excited that you're joining us. Hang tight, hang in there. I'm going to be giving away, as usual, a copy of both of my books here live on the webinar. My first book's called From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. It's a mindset, sales, and spirituality book. Helps you overcome your fear of success, fear of sales, fear of rejection. If you're a salesperson, if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, a must read. Seth Godin says some very big ideas in here. For anyone who's ever sabotaged themselves in a sales call, which I think is all of us, comes with $500 worth of free bonuses. And my second book, Take Your Power Back Now, The Ultimate Confidence Guide for Women, another amazing book, comes with over $500 worth of bonuses. This is for you if you want to create healthy boundaries, if you want to really get into self-nurturing, self-care, if you want to have healthy relationships, if you want to rock this fierce feminine life of yours, this is your book. And I will be giving away both of these today on the webinar a little bit later on for people who can guess a certain something. I like to start off like this. So I want to make sure that you can all hear me before I start on today's webinar. We're going to be talking about workshops, hosting speaking events, how to speak and attract high-paying clients. It's one of my favorite topics. And I want to make sure you can hear me. So go ahead and type in the chat box your name and where you're from. And I'm going to have a sip of this delicious tea while you guys do that. It was my birthday last week. Can you see? I've got this amazing roster of flowers. My boyfriend got me this huge, gigantuous bouquet. And it was so big, I had to split it up into 3 different vases. It's the 4th one there from the flowers from last week. Anyways, I'm excited. I want to make sure that you guys can all hear me. And I'm also going to invite you to really arrive and show up and be here on the call today. This is a call for you if you're an entrepreneur, if you've been in business for a while, if you're new to entrepreneurship, if you're still working in a job and you're wanting to break out and really run your own business successfully, profitably, not just have a hobby, an expensive hobby, but really generate a consistent income and consistent impact in the world with your work. This is for you if you're a coach, a consultant, a healer, if you are a wannabe coach or consultant, if you're a speaker, expert, online marketer, you will love today's webinar. And Christine is here, Alexander is here, welcome, welcome. You guys can hear me, this is amazing. We're gonna jump right in. And I really wanna invite you to play full on, to be here. I'm really here to support you in wherever you're at in your business, and you've got my attention for the next hour, so use it. Ask me questions, go ahead, type them here into the chat box. Maybe if you're watching the replay later on, if that chat box is there, go ahead and use it, because I'll tell you what, if I had somebody like me answering questions way back when I first got started, it would have been a much easier journey. So I hope you guys take advantage of that, and let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and start the screen share and pull up the slides. I'm gonna present to everyone. Hey, Sarah from Seattle is here. Welcome, welcome. All right. So this is the 10K in 30-day webinar, where I really help you create your lifestyle and business by design instead of by default. And I really want to help you make 2016 the absolute best year yet. Today we're going to be talking about how to generate leads and high-end sales using workshops. And I'm not talking about speaking in front of thousands of people, just, 10, 20 people in a room. You can create, 6-figure income very easily. I want to show you how. I'm going to demystify the entire process for you here today and answer some of your questions. And I do this every single week. This is the 10K in 30-day live weekly webinar training. There's an event on Facebook that you can join and stay up to date on the topics that we cover each week. And we cover money, mindset, marketing strategies for spiritual entrepreneurs who really want more confidence, cash flow, and freedom in their business. And like I said, stick around. If you don't win one of the free physical books, I am going to share with you a way that you can get your hands on my first book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops, for free, the PDF version. But you got to stick around to the end. All right, I promise we're going to have a lot of fun. I love to tell stories, and you're going to come away with some big breakthroughs, a fabulous system for generating more revenue in your business. Guaranteed, I only teach you what's working. And I really created my business because I love to travel. I moved to Hawaii twice in my lifetime, lived in the islands, my favorite place in the world. I'm just a travel bug, and having your own business and creating your own schedule and designing your own income allows you to do that. We cover topics like how to have heart-centered sales calls, really, really leading from the heart. And on this webinar, you're going to discover proven sales attraction systems to help you attract high-paying clients in the next 30 days, how to get massive visibility to your offers, even if you're new to business or a seasoned business owner, how to break through your visibility blocks, fear, doubt, and uncertainty, or overwhelmed about what to do first, and how to get ultra clear about your message and create content that's really engaging and positions you as an expert that people want to buy from. We'll talk about how to close more sales by being heart-centered and the importance of mastering your emotions and mindset mastery if you want to run a successful business. Mindset's everything. I'll tell you quickly about me before we get started. I'm a best-selling author, been featured on a few television shows or stations like Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC. Been coaching, training, speaking, mentoring, really doing this full-time for the last 6 years. My website's called Take Your Power Back Now. I've been featured in some cool magazines, spoken on a TED stage on the topic of success many years ago, hosted workshops all around the world, and I've really made my first 6 figures right out of the gate. Actually, the first year I quit my job, I used this exact system that I'm going to share with you today, hosting workshops and selling from the stage. And I'll tell you more in depth today about how to do that. But to let you know, I now have an amazing business. I coach and mentor some phenomenal, heart-centered, spiritual rock stars, entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things in the world. And I have a beautiful life. I live in California with my boyfriend and his 3 kids and my little dog Houdini. And my life was not like this. I didn't start off with everything being peachy creamy. I actually had a really rough and rocky road beginning to entrepreneurship. And I guess my business really started, I was selling mops, doing live product demonstrations in stores, kind of like the ShamWow guy that you see on TV. And I did that for 4 years. I moved to Hawaii in 2007, did that. And then I wrote my first book, but I couldn't leave the mop business. And maybe like some of you listening, having a job to pay the bills was a really uncomfortable because I knew that there was so much more to my life and my purpose than selling mops. And every day I would go into work, I was like, oh my God, I want to die, and I was really feeling like I was dying. And I didn't have a life because I would travel, for 10 days at a time and my plants would die. And I was making money, sometimes $1,000 a day, but I was not living my purpose, and it was driving me, it was slowly killing me. And one night in a hotel room, my boyfriend at the time nearly killed me. So that's kind of shocking, but there it is. And I escaped from this, from this hotel room, and I arrived in a taxi, and I was like, oh my God, I just became, one of these battered women that you read about in the newspaper. God, why is this happening to me? And the answer was immediate. And the answer was, so you can help women not fall into the same pattern. And then I started crying because for years I was begging God to show me what my purpose was. And when the answer finally came, I was like, hell no, Take it back. I don't want to share that story around the world. All this shame and about addiction, about, not feeling like I really deserved any better. And I'll definitely tell you that, those thoughts and those beliefs were commanding my future at that time. I stayed in a job for 2 years longer than I really needed to because of fear, because I didn't think I would be able to earn enough money on my own in my business. And I stayed in that relationship for maybe 6 years longer than I needed to for the same reasons. So that book became an instant bestseller. And it's gotten me on some, just a phenomenal media tour. I haven't even had a chance to visit all the television stations that want to hear the story. And I really believe that authenticity is the new currency in business today. So whatever life has thrown you, whatever God has given you, whatever mess you have, you can turn it into a message. It's probably your purpose. And sometimes what you're most afraid of doing, like sharing that story, or getting out there and, claiming that you're an expert in something, or being really visible, or speaking, on stage, even though you feel like it's like, part of you and you're supposed to do it, it can be terrifying, but it's also probably the very thing that'll set you free. So I moved to Hawaii and I became the bikini business coach after I launched my first book. And that was really cool. There for almost a year and a half, ran some women's retreats, which were so much fun. And then I moved to Southern California, most amazing coast here in Laguna Beach. And I continue to speak and inspire. I love, love, love inspiring people. I love traveling. This is my boyfriend, Alex, and the kids. Alex and I went back to Kauai, the most magical place in the world. And really, really passionate about helping you live your dreams. It's really all about that. I've been doing this for a while. I've had the absolute blessing and pleasure to meet some amazing mentors and experts like the late Wayne Dyer and Jack Canfield. So I've been around the block. I've been doing this professionally now for 6 years. And my dad is also a huge inspiration. He was an artist. And he told me, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And I totally believe that. I love my business. I love empowering, inspiring people to really live their dreams. And he taught me that at a very young age. I'm actually in that picture in the middle. And he left the world a beautiful legacy of artwork, which I think we all do as entrepreneurs. This is what we're doing. We're building our legacy. So let's jump in. I want to talk to you guys really how to create your lifestyle and business by design instead of by default. And by default, I mean by the fears and by the past and by all that self-doubt. So today we're going to jump into the workshop Profit Secret System, a look into selling high-ticket consulting from the stage. People ask me, okay, well, how do you actually do this? It sounds really great, create your lifestyle and business by design. How does it actually work? So I'm going to invite you guys just to give me a little poll here. Jesse's joining us again. Awesome. Welcome, Jesse. Welcome, Sarah Christine Alexander. If you're joining us here, go ahead, type in your name and where you're from. And then I'd also invite you to let me know where you're starting from. What's big for you here? Because I'll tell you, there's only 5 reasons that entrepreneurs continue struggling making money. The first reason is they don't have an identity, or they're not sure about what their expertise is, how to position themselves. That's number 1. And let me know, type this into the chat box. Let me know what you're struggling with so I can tailor today's presentation as best as possible. Or is it number 2, that you don't know what you're selling? Maybe you're unsure about what you're selling or how to talk about it. Number 3, don't have an influential offer, not enticing enough. Again, this is about, clarity about packaging or clarity around your message. Number 4, don't talk to enough people, don't make enough offers. This is kind of like hiding out, fear of being visible. Heck, we've all been there. I tell you what, that was a really big challenge for me when I first got started, and I help a lot of my clients with that fear of being visible. And number 5, don't ask for the cash. So that's, some mindset issues around sales, around owning your value. So that's number 5, don't ask for the cash. So let me know if any of these, if one or many or all of them, is something that you struggle with, and that will help me as well to tailor today's webinar. And I want you to go ahead, right ahead at any time, ask me your questions, pop them into the chat box. I will be poking my eyes back and forth here and checking to see on the chat box. All right, so let's keep moving. Visibility means everything in your business. Visibility means everything. So people say, I want to make more money. I'm like, okay, well, you need to be more visible, right? Marketing comes before sales. There's no point in having your packages together if no one even knows you exist. So let's get really clear. The first thing you need to be doing is focusing on marketing in your business. Visibility means everything. And then you've got to make offers. You can't just, be visible. You actually have to tell people and let them know that there's a way that, they can continue the learning, the growth, and the expansion with you, making offers, whether it's selling a product or a service. So visibility plus offers equals your income. It's a really, really simple equation. I like simple. I'm a Capricorn. We want to get to the top of the mountain as fast as possible in the least amount of time. So being successful in business isn't about doing a ton of things. It's just about doing a few things right. And that's the good news, right? So visibility means everything. I want you to jot this question down. Take a piece. I hope you're taking notes. Take a whole new piece of paper, and I want you to write down this question. Who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? I want you to write the numbers 1 through 10 on a piece of paper. Who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? And we're going to do this 2 ways today. We're going to do this both online visibility and offline visibility. Who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? I want you to brainstorm a list of 10 people. What do I mean by that? Well, let's start with offline. So when I recommend people do workshops, the first thing people ask me is, how do I fill a room? How do I even get butts in seats for people to watch me, or attend a speaking event? It's always the first question I get. And the answer to that is really simple. I tell people, don't bother filling your own room. Find somebody who already has a community, a list of people, an event that has your ideal clients in it, and offer them to do a free workshop to their audience. So who does that look like? Is it a women's networking event? Is it a yoga school? Is it, another local event in your area? Is it your chiropractor? Is it your hairdresser? Is it, some people that, is it somebody that works in corporate? Can you do a lunch and learn? Who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? I want you to write the numbers 1 through 10 on a piece of paper and begin just, brainstorming that. All right, so here's the experiment. When I was selling mops, my sister one day, I was crying in a hotel room, because again, like I said, I made great money, but I had no life, and I was crying to my sister. So I would live in hotel rooms across the country while I sold these mops. And she said, one day, Vanessa, you're going to be telling people on stage all about these silly antics and all this mop business, and you're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I thought, what if I sold my coaching or consulting from the back of the room, just like I sold these mops from stages, direct sales to people every day? So I thought, my God, that's a great idea. So here's what I did. My first workshop ever was a huge flop. I still made $4,000. Not bad, right? Not bad. So here's how it worked. I did a law of attraction workshop. It was 2.5 hours to 27 people in a yoga studio. And it was actually a meetup group. So here's a key, write that down. You can find meetup groups that gather and approach the organizer and offered to do a workshop to them. And actually this meetup organizer found me. And we charged $24 for a 2.5-hour workshop, and the organizer kept all of the front door profit. So here's another little caveat that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to be asking you guys later on here at the end for your biggest ahas. So make sure you take some great notes. With what I teach you here today, you can go away right away today and generate a 6-figure income. So I hope you're taking notes. So one of the biggest mistakes people make with their workshops is they try and sell a $300, a $600, $1,000 workshop for the day. And it's a very hard sell because it's a lot of upfront investment before anybody knows you. What I suggest that you do is charge a small amount, $20, charge $20 in advance, $40 at the door, so you get people to sign up in advance, $20 in advance, $40 at the door, and you don't really care about the money on the front end. That's not where the money is at. The money's on the back end. I'm going to show you here in a minute how to do that. And so even if the organizer keeps all the money, who cares, right? They get paid, just a little bit of money to really get 27 potential clients in front of you. And that's the good news. So you can even tell people, I'll come and do the workshop for free if you can get 20 people in a room. All right. Those are huge nuggets right there, and a lot of them, and I speak fast. So I'm going to just make sure you guys can hear me all. Alexander says, I'm just going to jump back in here. Christine says number 3. Alexander says, less my identity, too broad. I have to narrow down my product. Okay, it's too broad. And I talk not so much with my, okay. So Alexander's got a niche in, and he's trying to get more visibility. So you're going to really enjoy today's workshop. And I forget what number 3 was at. I think it was about, Christine, help me out. What was number 3 again? I think that was getting clear on your offers. So if you're joining us here on the webinar, my name is Vanessa Simpkins, and we're talking about how to generate high-end sales using workshops and speaking events. All right, so here are the numbers. At the end of my event, 10 people bought my book for $20, so I made $200, and only one person bought my $300 offer. So let me tell you, this is the mistake. Don't do that. But I remember I had to learn the system, so that's $300 in sales. That same lady that purchased my $300 offer bought a coaching package from me worth $3,600. So the numbers, grand total sales for my flop workshop was $4,100. Not bad. So let's look at how you can do this yourself. So here's the deal. You can launch a small 15 to 20 person workshop. I'm telling you, you do not need thousands of people. Actually, a 20 person setting is so intimate and beautiful. You can really connect and talk with people, and they get a real sense of who you are, and they're really warmed up to you. It's actually one of my ideal settings. You create a small, low barrier to entry. Remember, $20 to $25, not more than that, $40 at the door. And then at the end of your workshop, I suggest doing like a 2-hour, 2.5-hour workshop. You make a $97 offer only for today, and it includes bonuses. So what I suggest people do is, offer a breakthrough session to people. Offer to have a 1-hour breakthrough call with you, where you're going to help them or coach them or give them a little bit of something. Or if you're an SEO person or online marketer, you're going to help them go through their website and show them what's off and how to get some things on right. Or if you're a mindset coach, you're going to take them through a few exercises, whatever it is you do. All right. So on that phone call, on the $97 upsell call, then on the $97 breakthrough call, then you can upsell into your high-end coaching consulting packages, whether it's for $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 on the back end. That's how it works. So it's actually a 3-step process. Number one, you get them to the workshop. It's a $20. They raise their hand. It's a very small investment. They come and see an expert live. At that event, you make a $97 offer to have a 1-hour call with you. And on that 1-hour call with you, you can then upsell them into a high-end program. Why does this work so well? I will tell you why. You cannot sell thousands of dollars straight off of the stage. It doesn't work. This is why people have 3 and 5 and 10-day events. Now, that's a really big job. It takes a lot of work. It takes a team, all kinds of things. But anyone, and I mean anyone, the neighbor next door, your mother could go ahead tomorrow and, fill a room of 20 people. Because again, like I said, you're not filling it yourself. You're getting a joint venture partner to do it for you. All you got to do is show up and teach and tell stories for 2.5 hours and make an offer at the end. And everybody, and I mean everybody, and even your mother or maybe your grandmother can do it. So that's how it's done. You're starting out from anywhere in your business, and you're able to launch from scratch and generate 80 to 100,000 your first year very easily. So people always ask me, well, what about, having offers? How do I make offers with all of this? Christine, she's already that enticing offers? ? Okay. So let's talk about how do you make an offer? And this is actually a really, really powerful topic for so many people. You got to sell people what they want and then give them what they need. Remember this, write it down, stick it on your fridge. People are always, tweaking their message. They're tweaking their offer names. They're tweaking their coaching packages names. But you really have to understand, people want to do business with somebody that understands their problems and who can give them results, who can solve their problems. And in order for people to know that you actually understand their problems, you have to enter the conversation that's already happening in their head. What does that mean? Well, that's why marketing messages have to do with pain points. Most people, if you really want to let them know that you understand where they're at, if they're awake at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, how am I going to solve this problem? Your marketing message, wham, comes right in and, kind of shakes them into, wow, this person actually really gets what I'm saying. So for example, if your baby is not sleeping at night and, you're a mom and, your marriage is now struggling and suffering and you're, pulling your hair out and you feel like a basket case, a marketing message that would say just that. Hey, are you having, is your baby, keeping you awake at night, and is your marriage on the rocks because of it? And you feel like a basket case and, does this sound like you? That's a great marketing message, because that enters the conversation that they're already having in their head right now. You also want to stop selling your time and start selling the value and the benefits of, start selling the value of the benefits of what's going to happen once people actually have that breakthrough. That's what you're selling. A lot of coaches and healers and even consultants, they have a hard time breaking away from, charging by the hour and charging for the value of results. And this is a huge, huge key to making offers. It's actually a huge key to feeling really confident while you're making the offer. And that's just as much key as anything else I've shared with you today, because people buy your confidence. Right? And you've got to be really confident about what you're selling and in the value of what you're delivering people. So this is really how you start owning your value and begin charging what you're worth. It actually starts way before that. Stop selling your time, start selling the value and the benefits of the result, what people get once they have that transformation with you. Then you want to make your offer a no-brainer. What do I mean by that? It means that it's such a great offer that how could anyone resist? They'd be like, God, you got to be stupid not to get that. It's like, this is a no-brainer. And then you also want to add bonuses and limiters. Bonuses and limiters. So when I do my speaking events, I offer people, a 1-hour session with me. Instead of $1,000, they're not going to pay $1,000, but they're also going to get to pick up one of my books, which come with $500 worth of bonuses. And I'll give you a little audio series training that I have that's worth, $200. And today you get all of that, the hour session with me, which we record. We can do anything you want, and a book, and this cool, audio training. So the value is over $1,800 today. It's just $97, but it's just for today. So there's bonuses, you're stacking bonuses, and then you have a limiter. It's just for today. And I tell people, if you want to do this tomorrow, you email me and tell me, hey, Vanessa, I was so silly. It's too late. It's too late. So I want to work with people who are action takers. And that's what I tell them. So you must have bonuses and limiters. So now let's just take a big overstock view on this. Let's say you get out there and you do 2 small speaking events per month and you suck at it. 4,000 per event. And I'm telling you, I just gave you a whole bunch of tricks and tips here today so that you avoid all the mistakes that I did. Okay. Let's say you suck at it, 4,000 per event. You can do 2 of those a month. That's $8,000 a month. Right. And if you only work 10 months out of the year, you take 2 months vacation, that's $80,000 a year right there. All right. If you suck at it, as if you suck at it. So here's a client of mine who did something similar, but she did it online. She made an offer online, and I think it was for like $1,500, and she did 10 sales in her first month, and she made $15,000. She sent me this text, just got another sale, hit my first 5-figure month, boom. That was a while ago. So I'm going to jump in over here and stop the screen share. And I'm going to open it up to questions. Any questions about what we've just discussed here, about workshops, about making offers, about selling your results instead of selling your time? I'm going to take a peek here. Go ahead and type your questions here into the chat box, and I'm going to answer some. Christine says, I'm not selling whatever I'm selling. I'm providing solutions. That's right. You are an expert. If you're a coach or a consultant or a healer, you're actually providing a solution to people's problems for a profit. That's what it is. And the faster you can deliver those results, the faster people get into action and start working on it, the better they feel. And so, yeah, this is a big aha. And you're not selling what you're selling. You're actually selling you're providing solutions for people. All right, any other questions here about workshops, about making offers, about owning your value, about anything that you're struggling? Go ahead and type it in here into the chat box. I'm gonna have a tea. And I'm going to jump back into the slides if there are no more questions. I know there's a bit of a lag time here between when I ask questions and when it pops up on my screen. So I'll go back into the screen share, and I'll keep a little eye out here. Present to everyone. I got to hit that button. There we go. Okay. I'll take a little peek here. All right. So case studies. I want to share with you some of my clients who have been effectively making offers and sales. Here's Janik. In her first month, she's celebrating another success, signed up another participant. You know, that brings my income up to $16,000 for the first month. How amazing is that? Her second month, October 2nd, already another 6,000 in sales. So you're looking at about 24,000 in sales in, you know, about 30 plus days. Not bad at all. This is what happens when you get clear on your message, clear on your offers, and be visible and make them. You can generate high ticket sales. Here's another case study. You're welcome to go to my website and check out all the testimonials there. This is probably one of my favorite video testimonials ever from one of my clients, Gabrielle Sampson. She's traveling now for 3 months with her husband. She sent me this testimonial over Christmas from Panama in her bikini, which was really cute. And because of the clarity that she's gotten and the action that she's taken, she's able now to, you know, leave her business for 3 months at a time and still generate income. And that was her goal. She wanted to have a business that would allow her to travel, that she wasn't tied to. So all of this is possible, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. All of this is possible. So Alexander is the question, what is for you one of the best processes to attract ideal high-paying clients? It's this, what I just showed you, Alexander, is doing workshops and hosting small speaking events. It's how I actually generated my first coaching client. Yep, this is one of the best, hands down, is live events. People get to know, like, and trust you. They get to see you and touch you, and you don't have to have a lot of your online stuff, you know, together. You can still be testing and tweaking and testing out your message. And once you host a workshop or a speaking event, you're like, wow, I'm an expert now. Like, I feel it. Here I am. I'm doing it. And it really gives you a boost to your confidence. You can create buzz online with it, you know, create a great flyer, put it out there. And then you can get other speaking events from the one that you've already had. You get testimonials. You get clients, your first sales. You get pictures of you speaking. It's the way, it really is the way to go, hands down. So I hope that answers your question. And, you know, it's a system, the workshop profit secret system. It is definitely a system. And with the right system, anything is possible. You know, I always recommend that you have a clear marketing plan. If you want to be consistent with your income and attracting high paying clients, you need a consistent marketing plan. You need clarity. Clarity is power. Clarity about your message, clarity about your offers, your events, you know, what you're talking about, how to position yourself. And you also want to be really clear on the high-end programs that you're offering people. It's the way to go. You don't want to, you know, keep selling, you know, $100 session here or there. You really in business to, if you want to generate, you know, 10K in the next 30 days, you want to create a high-end program. And that way you don't need to fill it with many people. So better value, higher price points, better results, right? Your clients will get better results the longer they work with you. And then you want to be consistent. You want to be consistent with your marketing. It's the number one thing you need to be focusing on. Consistent with your message, consistent with your visibility, with your marketing. That's being visible in the marketplace and making offers. And really making sure that your mindset is on straight, because mindset's everything. If you've got gremlins in the closet that tell you you can't do this, you're not ready yet, you're not good enough, you need to take another course. No, you don't. You just need to get out of your own way. You need to align your mindset, really command the mind, and really, you know, make your mind open to doing the things you want to do. Get rid of the resistance. And, surround yourself with the right accountability. Accountability is everything. The people that I see, that really get, breakthrough results, it's because they have a ton of accountability. So here's another great testimonial from Karen. She started working with me and really for mindset, and you can watch her video. She had gone and decided to do a fundraiser for Africa, and she hired me, and she said, I'm going to be speaking in front of 300 people. And I have some issues with that. So I really want to make sure that I get out there and do all of it. And she just knocked it out of the park, had an amazing time. Everything happened. She exceeded her goal to fundraise for the event. She went to Africa, she spoke, had a great time. And she had so much fun. She learned so much, that she decided she wanted to become a mindset coach. It had the things that she learned in the program helped her so much overcome, her own fears and doubts, that she decided she wanted to share them with other people. And so now she's hosting her own events and working with clients, teaching them the same principles for mindset. And you can watch her testimonial on the testimonials page. So my recommendation for you, if you really want to make 2016 an amazing year, get support, get accountability, get a mentor. I remember my first mentor that I had. I'll stop the screen share. I'll tell you guys a little story. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but my very first mentor that I had, I was still working in the mop job. And wow. I was paying more for the mentor. It was, I think, $1,500 a month. I was paying more for my mentor than my rent cost me. And I was driving this old beat up minivan, okay? And I would tape a metal tape on it, and I would spray paint all the rust holes, right? I would so that you couldn't see them. And I thought to myself, I remember I caught myself outside, it was fall, and I was doing this tape and the spray paint thing. I had gotten actually pretty good at it. I was like really proud of myself. I was like, yeah, this looks really good. You can't even see the freaking holes, right? But I thought, Vanessa, if any of your friends or your family were to find out that you're spending this much money on a coach or this mentor, this online business mentor, and you're still driving this shitty minivan, it's more than you pay for your rent, they would think you're crazy. But I knew that actually I wasn't crazy. I knew that, the worst thing that could happen was if I failed, well, I'd go back to my mop job, But the worst thing is if I didn't do anything different, I would be at this damn mop job in the same, a year from then. And that was not an option for me anymore at that point. I really needed to make a change. So get mentorship. If you want to shortcut your success, if you want to avoid all of the pitfalls, and if you want to save time, if you want to save money, it's the best way to go. Make sure you hire a mentor who is doing what you want to be doing, and who you really, connect with and enjoy learning from, and who's got, similar styles, who you really get along with. It's important. So the next piece is really, to show up and say yes to that knocking in your heart, especially if you've been wanting to take it to the next level. One of my clients, Lisa, came to see me. We worked on mindset as well. She had a business that she was working in. And I tell you, mindset is everything. I don't care what level of the game you're in. You might be just starting out in business. You might have been in business for several years. And I can tell you the only thing holding you back from where you want to get to is your own mind. It's yourself. And you hear it all the time. Lisa had been working in her own business for several years, working too hard in her business. And she was actually going to maybe get a job because she had a 5-year-old daughter. She was working too hard. And she wanted to retire her husband from his job so he could write his book. And she got started her very first month. We looked at her mindset and looked at her offers, and really, helped her talk to the right people. She wasn't talking to the right people, and it was frustrating. She was spending too much time speaking to the wrong people, wasting her time. So I helped her get really clear on a plan, got her package together, and she signed a $37,000 client in her first 30 days. So a lot of my clients say, oh my God, I don't know, how could I make $10,000 next month? Well, oftentimes they make much more than that. That's actually 37,000 pounds. So that's closer to $50,000 US. Another one of my clients, Sharon, had a big vision to create a women's empowerment one-day event, which she did. This is her first one. She's now done 2. And she filled the room with 140 people. Now she's launching her own retreats. She's really just done a phenomenal job. And it's really just by showing up, showing up and saying yes to that knocking in your heart. And I know many people here have that similar vision. They have this like, I know I'm meant to be doing something else and I'm terrified. And I get you, it can be really scary. But when you have the right support, anything, right support and right systems, anything's possible. All right. So how much time are you spending in survival mode? How much time are you spending in survival mode? And by survival mode, I mean, are you on the way to getting your goals? Are you taking action every day? Or are you just spinning around, wasting time, wasting money? Are you just, spinning around? That can be a very dangerous place for an entrepreneur without a sales attraction system, because you start to lose confidence and you start to doubt yourself. And my question for you is a very serious one. And my question for you is, what is it costing you right now in your life, in your business, to not have, the systems and accountability to help you grow your business? What's it really costing you in terms of your peace of mind? Like I just mentioned before, if you don't have, the right marketing plan, the right systems, the right accountability, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to go backwards. You might be one of these people that continues to spend money on all these courses. I call it the learning without ever earning mode. And you take course after course after course, and your business becomes a very expensive hobby. And then you start to doubt yourself, doubt your confidence. So what's it costing you in terms of your peace of mind not to have, your sales attraction system right? What's it costing you in terms of all the money that's left on the table every month? If your goal is to make $10,000 a month and you're currently making $1,000 or $2,000 a month, well, that's about $80,000 a year that you're leaving on the table. And what's it costing not just you, but your family? I mean, if you're able to really kick your income up there and take it to a whole new level, how is that impacting your family in terms of how much more time you can spend with them, or the family vacations and the memories that you can create with them? What's it costing you in terms of just your general overall peace and fulfillment? I mean, happiness level. I remember when I was selling mops, I was like, kill me now. Like this, I do not want to spend another day in a dang store, even if I made, $1,000 a day. It was not my purpose, and I knew it. What's it costing you in terms of your overall happiness and peace and fulfillment? That feeling on purpose and one with God. What's it costing you to not have, what you need to support the accountability systems to grow your business? So I'm gonna share with you one of my absolute favorite quotes. It's from Napoleon Hill, one of the most famous quotes and one of the most famous books in the world, Think and Grow Rich. He says, education consists not so much of knowledge, but of knowledge effectively and persistently applied. People are paid not merely for what they know, but more particularly for what they do with what they know. So you've learned, hopefully, and taken some great notes today. But my question is, what are you going to do with it? I hope you don't just leave it in a notebook and not take any action on it. So you have a choice, and this is really your choice today. You can, make this webinar be one of many that you've watched in the past where you take a bunch of notes and you don't do anything about it. Or my invitation for you is to make, a new decision and have a very different outcome this year in 2016. So what if in the next 30 days you could generate an extra 10K? What would that mean for your business? What would it mean for your business? Or how would you like to maybe double, or quadruple your income? Some of my clients say, heck, if I could just make $5,000 consistently, I would leave my part-time job. So what would that look like if you could double your income, quadruple your income? Or maybe you're making already $10,000 a month, you'd like to make 20. So this is my invitation to really skyrocket your confidence and your cash flow. And I have the best program that does just that. It's called the Skyrocket Your Confidence and Cash Flow 10K in 30-Day Program. And it is an amazing online mastermind program for spiritual entrepreneurs. I say women, but we do have one amazing guy in our program. And we really get you clear on everything, from your messaging. Module 1's all about, understanding the solutions that you offer your clients. What's your messaging? What's your marketing like? How are you solving people's problems for profit? Module 2 is all about creating visibility and traffic to your offers. So we look at online online ways to generate leads using video challenges and social media and Facebook and email marketing. And offline, you should always have a combination of both. So you get access to my workshop profit secret system. The in-depth training today, I covered, as much as I possibly can in a 1-hour webinar, but we go in-depth and I share with you all my templates and my processes and JV emails and, how do you contact people and how do you do your flyer and, word for word, what do you say when you jump into a room? How do you seed your offer from the beginning? You have my script for how do you make an offer at the end? Everything's included. Module 3 is about packaging. What are your packages? What does that look like for you? What do your packages look like for you? What do they cost? What are they priced at? What's included? How do you talk about them? Module 4 is understanding sales objections. You get my sales script. Hands down, the value of the program is worth module 4 on its own. Module 5 is all about positioning yourself as an expert that people want to buy from. So many of my clients write books and I help them, get clear with their book, get their outline going, get their cover going, start working on their chapters, start creating buzz in the marketplace. It doesn't have to be a book. It could be an audio series, but we help you position yourself that, as an expert that people want to buy from. Module 6 is all about how to use networking to generate a bigger social network, not just for workshops, for attracting clients, for just about anything you want to do. Your business is built on relationships. So we talk about networking and how to get the most out of it. Module 7 is all about how to create your sales attraction system online. So I help you with creating an opt-in page and your autoresponders. I even give you swipe files that I've been using in my business for the last 6 years, and some of them are responsible for generating hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales for not just me, but for my clients. And module 8, you wrap it all up with, having your sales attraction system dialed. So you don't just have a fancy pants website that looks good, but you actually have a system for generating leads consistently and turning them into paying clients. Module mindset, that's really, we do a lot of mindset work, and this is why my program is the best program out there. You get a ton of hand-holding, a ton of accountability and support. I work with all of my clients one-on-one and in a group format. There's an amazing Facebook group for accountability, and I believe that's why my clients have such amazing success. There is no other program that is like this. I know, because I've pretty much taken them all, and a lot of them are these cattle call coaching programs where there's thousands of people and you get to hide out, and this is not what this is at all. This is really for people building their systems and visibility stages in their business, where they need a mentor that's going to tell them, hey, cut that out, don't do that, focus on this. This is what's really going to help you get the breakthroughs and the results that you want. Plus, I share with you, all my resources. There's a ton of cool bonuses on there. Like I said, you get the workshop profit secret system included. And here's, don't take my word for it. Here's a Facebook message I got from someone in the group. They said, Vanessa, I just received your gift, and I wanted to really say thank you. Really, really thank you. Also want to personally thank you for your program and your coaching too. Yeah, you're over delivering. This is one of the best, if not the best, investments I have ever made. Pretty cool to get thank you notes like that. Here's another client, Susanna. She said, Vanessa over-delivered on her promise. Vanessa's challenge is 10K in 30 days, but my results have been double that. And her sales training is called Skyrocket Your Confidence and Cash Flow. That's exactly what she does. So Susanna generated over $20,000 in her first month. Actually, she had been, working as a healer for many years, and for some reason, everything stopped working. And she said, I really got to figure this out. And she wanted to make $14,000 in her first month. And I said, she thought, well, that might take a couple months. And I said, well, let's take a look at that. And when we really got down to it, she wanted to make $20,000, and she did. Her first month, or second month, or third month, $20,000, $20,000, $20,000. And then her husband invited me to have Thanksgiving dinner with them in Hawaii. And that, he said, we're really giving thanks for you this year. It's just been, just an amazing year. And we're so thankful that Susanna signed up with you. So that to this day has been one of my really just, all-time highs in my business, to be able to impact a family like that and all the amazing people that she's impacting. So, if this is something that you want to do, if you would like to get these kind of results and this breakthroughs this year in 2016, you can apply for the program. Go to takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. takeyourpowerbacknow.com .com/10K ready. You can sign up and apply there. I will speak to you personally. I will be looking at the applications myself. Here is another client, Maggie. She is a mom of 2 small children. And she is, you can watch the testimony. I'm not going to play them here for you, but she basically is thrilled. She raised her rates by 50%, and she finally has a business model that works for her. She said, Vanessa, I got 10 hours a week to run this business. Here's how much I want to make. Can we do this? And she's on fire, absolutely on fire right now. Another client, Tanya, is doing amazing as well. She just had a workshop. I think there were 11 people in the workshop, and 9 people signed up to have a sales call with her, a breakthrough strategy with her. So, you know, again, you do not need to have tons of people in a room or thousands of people in order to generate some amazing results. But you do have to be in action, you know, doing the right things. You know, business is about doing, you know, not a ton of things right, but a few things right. You can read more testimonials here on the site. Vanessa's 10K program is the real deal. We saw that testimonial before. So this is really how I can help you. I've set aside some time to speak with you in the next week or so for about an hour about how to dramatically help you improve yourselves and attract clients. And I'll personally take the time to sit down and talk with you to help you get crystal clear about what's really holding you back. Is it mindset? Is it fear? Is it actually just systems? You know, what is it really? From really, you know, from getting the results that you want. And if you're selling any kind of service that you want to be really able to sell your services for higher price points, attract more leads and paying clients, this is going to help you get there. It's free for a limited time. I'm still doing these. And so if you're watching this, my invitation for you is to apply. Don't just let this be something you watch and don't take action on, but actually apply yourself. You know, if you're, I always say 90% of success is showing up. So you've got nothing to lose. It might just be the best hour that you spend in your business all year. And the website again is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. So we all know this. Magic happens outside your comfort zone. I get emails from people all the time saying, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I just applied. You know, great. If you're feeling freaked out right now, this is amazing. It means you've got your ego on the run. Your ego is always trying to protect you, and it uses fear. Usually does a damn good job, and that's why you're still in the same place. It might sound harsh, but it's the truth. And I'm really passionate about helping people break that entire thing down so that you can really get outside your comfort zone and explore and expand and create new results for yourself. So nothing happens until you make a decision. This is my sister and I bungee jumping in New Zealand. Oh my God, it was a wild ride. We have that on video somewhere. But it's true. You got to be able to pull the trigger, you know, jump. You got to make it happen. And it happens with the decision. There's nothing outside of you holding you back from the results you want except the decision. And guess who makes that decision? You do. You got to be able to take risks, follow your intuition, and let love guide you. There's always a force, love, source, spirit guiding you. And I believe it's guided you to watch this webinar. There are no coincidences. You know, if you've watched this to the end, it means that, you know, you've obviously received some kind of benefit from it. And you're meant to watch it. So everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. You have the power. Again, that website to apply for the program is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. All right, so I'm going to answer some questions now. Alexander says, I saw you presenting the contrast list from Michael Lozier. How about that? So what's your question exactly, Alexander? I don't think you're talking about this webinar, but I'm happy to answer that question. I love Michael Lozier's work. He's another law of attraction coach. Sarah says, how do I go about making higher end offers to my client database that seem much different and pricier than I've offered them over the past 12 years? What I'm about to offer them is radically different than what I've been offering all these years. Great question. So, you know, one of the interesting things is that if you never make the offer, you never really know the answer. And that was the case with Susanna. She had never made her clients high-end offers before, and so they never had a chance to say yes to them. So that was a big surprise. That was a $20,000 month surprise, month after month after month. So my first, you know, intuition is to tell you that, you know, don't doubt what you haven't done yet. And my second, my second invitation is also to attract new people. Absolutely. Attract new people, new clients who have no idea about your past or your previous price points, and then make those people your new offers. They won't know the difference. Alexander, what you do want and what you don't want list. Yeah, I talk about that in my book. What you do want, what you don't want. I think it's a great exercise. And I also know that law of attraction requires you to take action. You have to take action. You can't just sit there and meditate all day long and read books. You actually have to get off your ass and do something. So when you align your actions, once you've aligned your mind and you beginning taking action, things show up for you. So I think it's great to get clear using that process. And the next step is to really get into action, get off your ass and take some action. That's when the results happen. All right, so I'm going to give away these books right now. First book I'm going to give away, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. I'm going to give it to the person who can tell me where I got these earrings. Okay, so these are like famous earrings. I wear them all the time. These are always easy questions, guys. People have told me you should make copies of these earrings if you're watching my webinars, if you watch me on social media and pictures or speaking. I'm always wearing these dang earrings. I love them. So where did I get these earrings? If you can answer me that question, I will mail you a signed copy of this book. Go ahead and type it in the chat box. My second question is, it's easy questions. I'm not making it hard for you guys. What am I drinking in this cup? What specifically is it? Is it tea? Is it coffee? And if it is one of those two things, what kind is it? I will give you a copy of my Take Your Power Back Now book, The Ultimate Confidence Guide for Women. So Sarah guessed it. Earrings are from Kauai. Yes, they are from Kauai. My favorite earrings in the world. I will send you a signed copy of this book, Sarah. Email me with your address, and let me go ahead and type it here into the chat box for you, my email address, so you have it. Take Your Power Back Now, Vanessa at takeyourpowerbacknow.com. Okay. So I still have no takers yet for this one. The question is, what am I drinking here in this cup? I'll give you a hint. It's a tea, but you gotta guess exactly what kind of tea is it. And you probably never guess it before, because I don't think I've ever drinking this kind on a webinar before. So let me know. You can even, as you're watching the replay, if you want to go ahead and guess, I will let you know if you've guessed it right. So aside from that, I also want to invite you guys over to pick up a PDF copy of this book. If you did not win one of the physical ones and you still want to get this, great read. You can download it right away online. It's got $500 worth of amazing bonuses. I interviewed all my favorite people in the world. I think Joe Vitale's on there from the hit movie The Secret. Alexander guessed green tea. It's not green tea. It's not close though. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to invite you to head over to my event page. So every week I host these webinars, and I'm going to invite you to just, invite yourself to the event. Make sure that you keep yourself up to date, because every week we do a different topic, and post one of your biggest ahas. Post your biggest aha on the event page, and I'll go ahead and I will email you this book right here. I'll send it to you even inside a Facebook chat message, so you've got it. So go to the event page. I just posted the link right here inside the chat. Go ahead and post on that wall. Give me like a big aha. Like what's your one big takeaway that you're going to take away from this training? I mean, there's a lot of nuggets in here. Cover mindset, action, strategy steps. Go ahead and post that inside the events page, and I will find you, and I will send you the PDF link to this. Awesome. So guys, I think that is it for today. I absolutely love each and every one of you. I'm so happy that you were able to make it here on the webinar live and interact and ask questions. Again, my name is Vanessa Simpkins. My website is called takeyourpowerbacknow.com. Join us next week for the live weekly webinar. And if you're ready to take it to the next level and you're tired of spinning around in circles, my intention, again, my invitation is to apply for the 10K and 30-day program. You You will love it. You will get results. That's my promise, my guarantee to you. And you can go ahead and apply it. takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. All right, guys, I send you big hugs and kisses. Mwah. Have an amazing week. Bye.